right, so I see on a lot of people's papers, the first thing that they did was start stacking those fractions. Did you guys see a common denominator? No, there wasn't a common denominator. Raise your hand if you'd like to share with me what that common denominator is. What is the common denominator? Raise your hand nice and high. Don't be shy. You can all do it. I know a lot of you have it right because I saw it on your paper. 21, very good. My first fraction is already written as 17 out of 21. So we're just going to keep that one the exact same. But my second fraction, how do I rewrite that 7 out of 21? What do you think I need to do to it? Oh, come on, people. I saw it on your papers. How many times does 7 go into 21? 3 times. There we go. So 3 times 3 gives me 9. Now, do you see how it's got a subtraction symbol between it? We have to subtract these. So make sure you pay attention to that sign. What is 17 minus 9? 8. Very good. Out of, what's my denominator? 21. Can I simplify 8 out of 21? Nope. So that's my final answer. This second one we're going to start on together. By the way, you can absolutely use a calculator if you need some help with some of these fact families. I want you to start off by circling your denominators here. Circle your denominators. And you guys should have circled the 12 and the 16. Are those the same? Shake your head yes or no. Are the 12 and the 16 the same? No, very good. So let's go ahead and stack them on top of each other. We're noting in our head that this is a subtraction problem. Now we need a common denominator. Who thinks they could raise their hand and give me a common denominator for 12 and 16? And if you're not sure, grab a calculator if you need to. 48, very good. We're going to rewrite both of these fractions out of 48. Now, some of you guys might be looking at that 48 and saying, I do not know how many times 12 goes into 48. Who can tell me the division problem that I could type into my calculator? Good. 48 divided by 12 is 4. So what that means is I have to multiply by 4 in both my numerator and my denominator. So go ahead and multiply both of those by 4. And in your numerator, what's 11 times 4? 44, 48. Now, for the second fraction, who can raise their hand and tell me, what should I type into my calculator? What's the division problem to figure out? Oh, raise your hand, raise your hand. What's the division problem to figure out how many times 48 and 16 goes into 48? Go ahead. Good. 48 divided by 16 is 3. So let's go ahead and multiply our denominator and our numerator by 3. And you should be getting 9 out of 48. I want you to go ahead and finish that problem now. Now that we've got our common denominator, go ahead and finish. Raise your hand when you've got your answer. 35 out of 48. Very good. 35 out of 48. Can we simplify? 35 can get divided by 5. Can 48 divide by 5? 35 can be divided by 7. Can 48 be divided by 7? No. I think that's in simplest form. All right, now we're going to do example 3. 2 more and then homework time. For this first one right here, take your pointer finger, put it underneath the word you for me, please. So put your pointer finger under the word you, and we're going to read this out loud together. right, all together. Our first example 3 I do says you have 7/10 inches of red string. If you have 5/6 inches of yellow string, how much string do you have all together? So the first thing that we have to decide is if we have 7/10 inches of red string and 5/6 inches of yellow string, and we want to know how much we have all together, am I going to add or subtract? Give me a thumbs up if you think I need to add. Thumbs down if you think I need to subtract. If I want to know how much string I have all together, should I add? Thumbs up. Or subtract? Thumbs down. Okay, thumbs up. We're going to add these two together. So we have 7/10 and we have 5/6. Go ahead and rewrite those. And we know we want to add them together. Raise your hand if you can tell me the first step that I need to do till we add them together. What's my very first step to add 7/10 and 5/6 together? Common denominator. What do you think that common denominator is? 30. Very good. We're going to rewrite both of these out of 30. So you're writing this down. 10 goes into 30 how many times? 3 times. So what is 7 times 3? 21. Very good. 6 goes into 30 how many times? 5 times. Very good. So 5 times 5 is 25. Go ahead and add those two fractions together for me, please. Raise your hand nice and high when you got your answer. Raise your hand when you're ready to share your answer. Add those two together, you should get 46 out of 30. I think it's 46. That's correct. Who can raise their hand and help me out from there? It's 46 out of 30. Now what? Very good. 30 can go into 46 one time with 16 left over. Who can help me out from there? We're almost done. Very good. We're going to divide 16 and 30 by 2. And we get 1. And then 16 divided by 2 is 8. 30 divided by 2 is 15. And there's actually one more thing. Do we have 1 and 8/15 of an elephant? 1 and 8/15 of a watermelon? Of a pickle? What's our label? String, and we're measuring the string in what? Inches. So we could put inches of string, or you could put just inches if you would like to. All right, we've got this next example here. You have a super rope of licorice that is 11/12 feet long. If you eat 5/6 feet of it, how much will you have left? The first thing we have to do is we have to decide, should we add or should we subtract? Give me a thumbs up if you think I need to add. Thumbs down if you think we need to subtract. What should we do here? If we want to know how much licorice we have left over, we're trying to figure out how much is left. We're going to eat some of it. Are we going to add those two fractions or subtract those two fractions? Now, I think we should subtract 11/12 minus 5/6. Now, I'm going to have you guys do this one on your own. After you do this one, you are going to show your response to either Miss Donna or I. And once we verify that you've got it correct, you get started on your homework. So I'm gonna circle the homework right now. Once you're done, you can verify that you've got it correct. And your homework is written at the top of this paper right here.